Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we are going to take a look at the Act 7.1 Quest 5 Electro Luke boss and what your options are for getting him down. Now, I used Falcon as one of my main takedown champions, and that's because once you lock on, you don't really have to worry about anything in this fight. Not even Luke Cage's indestructibility, not even any falter mechanics that can be very annoying in this fight. But most importantly, you don't take any damage back from Electro's ability, where every time you hit him, you will take damage back. So some of the requirements to this fight, the main requirement is you need a champion that can avoid that damage back. Someone like Namor, someone like Omega Red, or even Gambit now can avoid taking that damage back from Electro's ability. So you need a champion that can deal with that. Otherwise, you will die very quickly. And even though I do have a rank 3 Falcon, my favorite champion for this fight was actually Namor. And it just goes to show that 5 stars are still very useful in Act 7 content. Now, you do trigger the indestructibility at the start of the fight, and you do have to deal with the falter mechanic on this node. Every 10th hit on the combo meter is going to trigger a falter. So if you attack into him, just like you saw me do there, you will miss and then they can counter you. So you have to keep track of your combo meter. But what's great about Namor against this champion, just like against all Electro or damage back nodes, you deal that damage right back onto them. So you can do some huge damage. So you see every 10th hit, you have to pause, back off, and wait for that falter to go away. And then because Namor has such high damage potential, you can get into a phase where you're dealing a ton of damage and reflecting a ton of damage that would be reflected back onto you, but instead reflecting it back onto the enemy. It can be challenging to get your damage cycle in though, because if you go to a 10th hit on the combo meter, you then will falter and your attacks will miss like you just saw. And in the same way, you have to be aware of the indestructibility timer, because if you do a huge amount of damage, but the indestructibility triggers at the start, then you're going to be missing out. And so here, unfortunately, I was under the falter, so most of these hits missed, but the last one was unblockable, did a good chunk of damage, and then I had to bait out a special, so I did lose out on some damage, but I went in here, and you can see I did a huge amount of damage just from a 5-hit combo, while I had 1 Fury active, and that damage that was taken back was very significant. Now, Quake is able to ignore pretty much everything in this fight, and Luke Cage isn't really that difficult of a champion to Quake. At least for me, the attacks are pretty easy to gauge and follow. And so you can, even for a noob Quake player like me, I was able to get down a large amount of his health without too much difficulty. I do think I took a combo to the face at one point, but if you don't have any other good options, but you do have Quake, then it might be worth taking the time to learn to Quake a little bit. And you can even get through a huge amount of health if you do the Quake parry method as well. You will take some block damage, obviously, but you will be able to last quite long and probably even be able to get 50% health, if not more, depending on how many times you miss the parry and end up taking block damage. So let me know what champions you used, or what champions you think might also work against this Electro Luke. And it looks like I didn't actually end up taking any hits to the face on this one, but I do hope this video was helpful. Good luck, and I will see you in the next video.